So in this clip, you're going to see a mainstream political leader call out the BBC whilst on the BBC for its coverage of Nigel Farage. Take a listen.
It's interesting that you're the one who brought up the name Nigel Farage and talked specifically about reform. It's a sign of the times, isn't it, that you clearly see them as a real threat politically, however different you might like to think you are.
I'm really worried about what he could do to our country, because he comes up with all the problems and says it's all everyone else's fault. He has no solutions, and I think he needs to be exposed. And I have to say the BBC are not doing a very good job of doing that. You have him on, he gets away with all these arguments without being properly held to account. That's why I'm bringing him up today. I think the BBC needs to do a better job, needs to hold Nigel Farage to account. And if I have to come on your programme to do that, I'll do just that.
As a Liberal Democrat, I thought you would be interested in the media covering all voices in politics.
Yeah, but you know what happens? I'm sorry, John. You cover the tittle-tattle around reform. The tittle-tattle. You don't look at their policies. And if people are going to vote for them, they need to know what they stand for. And I'm afraid, if you look at their policies, there's not a lot there.
I think last time Nigel Farage was on, we put to him exactly that fact, that it was all very well criticising others from the sidelines, and we were putting exactly to him that he needed to come up with or tell us what his own policies were. Exactly that point.
Well, maybe you're the exception to the BBC rule, but I have to say, when I look at the broad BBC coverage, he gets such an easy ride, and he gets covered when he says horrible things that aren't producing solutions for people's problems, like the cost of living, like we're trying to solve. He doesn't talk about the problems in the NHS. He doesn't deal with the need to sort out care. And maybe BBC Breakfast is the exception, but I have to say the BBC's got to raise its game to expose Nigel Farage.
So there you have it. Ed Davey, leader of the Liberal Democrats, saying out loud what many people without that size platform have been saying and thinking for a long time. And I do broadly agree with him. But first, let me just say, it's not the BBC. It's not just the BBC. It's pretty much every media outlet right now. And the headline is simply this, that Nigel Farage, as the Prime Minister of this country, would be extremely profitable for all of the major news organisations. So it's no surprise that all of their big name journalists, who ever get a chance to interview him, give him an easy ride. To my memory, there's only one exception. I think they've been way too historically accommodating of Nigel Farage. He's appeared on Question Time 38 times in 24 years, which puts him in the top 10 of highest appearance makers. And then there's all the appearances on the news channels and the radio channels and all of the BBC's other output. And I sort of get it. In political terms, he definitely is a star. And if you put him on your show, you're going to get viewers. But if you want to see where a lack of scrutiny, a lack of seriousness, and a lack of fair questioning ends up, just take a look at the White House right now, where they literally have a reality TV star running the USA into the ground.